Well, that one popped off the face, Devan. A lot of that had to do really with the compression of the golf ball, right? And we do see that the best players in the world at the moment of impact, they would have about 80% of their weight when the ball's on the ground hitting an iron on their front foot, with all that pressure kind of loaded in. That helps them squeeze that golf ball between the club face and the turf, and we see it shoot off just like that. So for the players who are struggling with a bit of the opposite move, let's say at the moment of impact, their weight is going backwards, what's a drill or exercise that you would get them working on and a feel to get that compressed strike?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the pressure shifting, kind of leading the show, leading the club, always kind of thinking that, you know, the center of your body is always going to kind of prelude what the club head's doing. So
For sure.
I absolutely love the feeling for players of kind of getting weight into their trail foot early.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, the biggest kind of death move, if you will, is getting weight into the trail leg late.
Oh, yeah.
You know, players that are trying to stay really centered, you kind of see maybe they don't have enough mobility, and then all of a sudden they follow the trail leg.
Yeah.
And then from there, they're so shallow in a sense that their weight's so far back, they will only be able to compress it by coming out and over the top. So if you kind of switch that where you incentivize the inside path by having the pressure forward early, it makes everything really work out well. So I think this can kind of fix a lot of things just by getting the pressure timing good. And what we found, as you know, is, you know, the best players, they get the majority of their weight to the trail leg early, really early. You almost see it happening, like with Hogan, you almost would see like the club shaft almost move backwards because the body was so involved, and then it would work the other way.
Yeah. We see that a shift of pressure will precede a shift of mass, or how your body moves. And that essentially allows your body some freedom to rotate and extend to the top. You'll see this with the world's longest drivers.
A little long drive.
Exactly.
Clearly working, guys.
Yeah. So from this, you'll see a lot of players, professionals that have a lot smaller sort of steps than you'll see the long drivers doing this bit of stomping action. But essentially that prepares your body to make an athletic, powerful motion. And that little pressure shift there then allows your body to then move this golf club in more of an effortless fashion. Now, 100%. The key there, Devan, though, if you set up to the golf ball and you shift that pressure early, make a little bit of a backswing, it's this recentering. And this is what I want to talk about with players. So as you do that again, I'm going to place a club up against Devan's back here. You're going to see as he swings back, he's going to start to fall into that shaft. And as he falls into that shaft, this is what we're talking about and helping players get that compression. You're almost falling and floating down into that lead side. Yeah. We don't want to stay too stationary, do we?
No, and what's funny is how your body works, you know, your turns, your side bends, that actually is what keeps you steady. You're actually, in a sense, almost moving more, and it looks from the front on like you're actually pretty centered. So I think the players that try to stay the most centered are the ones that I always see move pressure at the worst times.
Yeah. And the golf swing is a holistic body movement. We use the body, the arms, and the club in harmony, which gives it that effortless flow. The poorest ball strikers would just be flailing around like an octopus like this, and it doesn't necessarily look very in sequence or powerful, does it?
Absolutely not. So, you know, a lot of the players that I'll have them do this little drill where they'll set up and they'll just take the club back to about halfway back, club parallel to the ground. And from here, I want them to feel, and in reality, it's probably going to be a little bit later, but for them, I want them to feel like that's the most pressure they're going to have on their trail foot.
Sure.
For the entire swing. And then from there, they're going to finish their turn, but as they're finishing their turn, they're going to try to get weight to that lead foot and they're going to hit. So
beautiful.
It's kind of a little halfway back pump.
Let's see it.
Definitely have more pressure here. I'm going to finish my backswing and shift forward and swing. And so definitely got forward, you know, kind of squeezed it out there, a little draw. Felt good.
Yeah, so on that one there, we're going to see the face on of how Devan was moving, and we'll put that in slow motion so you can see this recentering move. We'll put it up against some of the best ball strikers so you can get a real clear visual of the importance of that. Devan, just once more, I want you to demonstrate what the poorest ball striker would do. So if you set up to the golf ball, and let's say that I put this golf club up against your lead hip here, we're going to talk about the player who stays back at the moment of impact. Yeah, so notice how Devan was almost trying to stay too far left early and then a late sway. And that's a reaction
100%.
with a hand-eye coordination, subconscious. Your brain is trying to match up this club head hitting that golf ball in some sort of functional manner. We see that if you do not allow your body to move in that free manner off the golf ball, we're going to see a lot of poorly matched up impacts.
For sure. I use the image a lot of, you know, a fish tank, and there's water in the fish tank, and if it goes towards one side first, it's going to go to the other side on the follow through. Same thing going back. You get pressure to the trail foot early, it's going to want to go to the lead foot early. So that kind of reverse lower body look at the beginning almost always leads to that backup coming down. And as you mentioned, that's definitely not where we want to be at impact.
No, not at all. All right, one more for me, Devan. Let's tie a bow on this, and with a perfect repetition, let's see this beautiful little shift. There you go. Nice little recentering. Love that.
Repeat. Oh, there it is.
Crunched. So look, guys, if you are struggling with your ball striking, you find that you're not compressing the golf ball, the hips and hands are back at the moment of impact. Out here with Devan Bonebrake working on compressing the golf ball.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.